you can ask someone else you to come to the hearing to help you if you want. Before the hearing, the member of the tribunal will read report from the hospital about you and your supervised community treatment. Once, one of the member of the tribunal will also come to talk to you. When can I apply to the tribunal? You can apply to the tribunal once at any time during the first 6 months you are on supervised community treatment. You can then apply once in the next 6 months and then once during every year that you stay in supervised community treatment after that. If your nearest relative told the hospital manager that they wanted your supervised community treatment to end, but your responsible clinician said it should not end, your nearest relative can also apply to the tribunal. Your nearest relative must do this within 28 days of being told that your responsible clinician did not think your supervised community treatment should end. If you want to apply to the tribunal, you can write to the Tribunal Service, P.O. Box 18, P.O. Box 8793, 5th floor, Leicester, LEI 8BN, and telephone 0845 2232 You can ask a solicitor to write to the tribunal for you and help you at the hearing. Your responsible hospital and the Law Society have a list of solicitors who specialize in this. You will not have to pay for help from a solicitor with this. It is free. A chance under the legal aid scheme. Letting your nearest relative know a copy of this leaflet will be given to the person Mental Health Act said is your nearest relative. There is a list of people in the Mental Health Act who are treated as your relative. Normally, the person who comes the highest in that list is known as your nearest relative. The hospital staff can give you a leaflet which explains this and what right your nearest relative has in connection with your care and treatment. If you do not want this person to receive a copy of the leaflet, please tell your responsible clinician, another member of staff, or the person who gave you this leaflet. Change their nearest relative. If you do not think this person is suitable to be your nearest relative, you can apply to the county court for someone else to be treated as your nearest relative. Instead, the hospital staff can give you a leaflet that explains this. Code of practice. There is a code of practice which gives advice that the Mental Health Act to your responsible clinician and other people involved in your care and treatment. They have to consider what the code says when they take decision about your care you can ask to see a copy of the code if you want. How do I complain? If you want to complain about anything to do with your care and treatment, unsupervised community treatment, please speak to a member of staff. They may be able to sort the matter out. They can also give you information about your responsible hospital complaint procedure, which you can use to try to sort out your complaint through what is called a local resolution. They can also tell you about any other people you can help to make your complaint. You can also complain to an independent commission. The commission monitor how the mental act is used to make sure it is used correctly and that patient and care are cared for properly while they are in hospital or on supervised community treatment. The staff can give you a leaflet explaining how to contact the commission. Further help and information, if there is anything do you not understanding about your care and treatment, your responsible clinician or other member of staff will try to help you. Please ask them to explain if there is anything in the leaflet you do not understand, or if you have another question that this leaflet has not answered. Please ask it. You would like another copy of this leaflet for someone else? Guardianship. Section 7 of the Mental Health Act, 1983. What is guardianship? Under Section 7 of the Mental Health Act, 1983, people who have a mental disorder can be given a guardian to help them. If two doctors say this is needed, your guardian may be your local social worker, authority of someone who has been approved by a social service authority. If your guardian is not a social service authority, they are called a private guardian. Your guardian has legal power to tell you where you must live, to attend appointment for medical treatment, work, education or training at set places and at set time, to allow a doctor or another named person to see you. Why do I need a guardian? Two doctors think that you need to help to live in the community as you have a mental disorder and you need a guardian for your own welfare and to protect another people. How long does it last? Guardianship lasts up to 6 months at first. Your guardianship may be revealed for a further 6 months and again for further year at time. If you're a responsible clinician or your nominated medical attendant think it is necessary, they will talk to you about this nearer the time. The responsible clinician is a doctor or another person asked by the local social service authority to say whatever. You still need a guardian. If you have a private guardian, this will be done by a doctor called your nominated medical attendant instead. Can I appeal? If you want to stop having a guardian, you should talk to your guardian, your social worker, your responsible clinic, your responsible doctor, or the nominated medical attendants. Can you also write to the Social Service Authority to ask them to end your guardianship? Someone from the Social Service Authority may want to talk to you before dealing whether you're still needed a guardian. Your nearest relative and your guardianship by writing to the Social Service Authority. This leaflet explains further down who your nearest relative is. You can also ask a tribunal to say that you should not have a guardian anymore. What is a tribunal and what happened? The tribunal is an independent panel which can decide whether you still need a guardian. It will hold a meeting with you and with staff who knows you. This meeting is called a hearing. You can ask someone else to come to the hearing to help you if you want before the hearing. The member of the tribunal will read reports about you and your guardian. One of the members of the tribunal also come to talk to you. When can I apply to the tribunal? You can apply to the tribunal once at any time during your first 6 months of the guardianship. You can then apply again once during the next 6 months, and then once in every year that you are still under the guardianship. If you want to apply to the tribunal, you can write to the Tribunal Service, P.O. Box 8793, Register LE1 8BN, telephone 0854 2232 022. You can ask a solicitor to write you to the tribunal for you and help you at the hearing. Your Social Service Authority and a Law Society of a list of solicitors who specialize in this. You do not need to pay for help. A solicitor with this is free. It is free of charge under the legal aid scheme. Let your nearest relative know. A copy of this leaflet will be given to the person. Mental health access is your nearest relative. There is a list of people in the Mental Health Act who are treated as your relative. Normally, the person who comes highest on the list of your nearest relative, your Social Service Authority can give you a leaflet which explains this and what right your nearest relative has in connection with your care and treatment. If you do not want this person to receive any copy of this leaflet, please tell your guardian, social worker, or the person who gave you this leaflet. If you do not think this person is suitable to be your nearest relative, you can apply to the county court for someone else to be treated as your nearest relative. Instead, your social service attorney can give you a leaflet that explains this. Code of practice. There's a code of practice that gives advice about the mental health act to people involved in your case. They have to consider what the code says when they take decision about your care. You can ask to see a copy of the code if you want. Further help and information. If there is anything you can do that you do not understand about this care, please ask your guardian, your social worker, or someone else involved in your care. Please also ask them to explain if there is anything in this leaflet you do not understand, or if you have another question that this leaflet has not answered. Please ask if you would like another copy of this leaflet for someone else. Admission of mentally disordered person found in a public place. Section 136 of the Mental Health Act, 1983. Why am I in hospital? You have to be being brought to the hospital by a police officer because they are concerned that you may have a mental disorder and should be seen by a mental health professional. You are being kept here under Section 136 of the Mental Health Act, 1983, so that you can be assessed to see if you need treatment. How long will I be here? You can be kept here or in another place where you will be safe for up to 72 hours, so that you can be seen by a doctor and an approved mental health professional. An approved mental health professional is someone who has been specially trained to help decide whatever people need to keep in hospital. If the doctor and the approved mental health profession agree that you need to remain in hospital, a second doctor may be asked to see you to confirm their decision. During this time, you must not leave unless you are told that you may. If you try to go, the staff can stop you, and if you leave, you can be brought back. If the doctor and the approved mental health professional have not seen you by the end of the 72 hours, you will be free to leave. You may decide to stay on as a voluntary patient, but if you do not want to leave, please talk to a member of staff first. What happened next? When the doctor and an approved mental health professional have seen you, they may say that you need to stay in hospital for longer. They will tell you why and for how long this is likely to be. You will be given another leaflet that explains what will happen. If they decided that you do not have to stay, someone will ask to you about what other help you should have. Can I appeal? No, even if you do not agree that you are needed to be in hospital, you cannot appeal against the decision to keep you there under Section 136. Will I be given treatment? The hospital staff will tell you about any treatment they think you need it. You have the right to refuse any treatment you do not want, only in special circumstances which would be explained to you, can you be given treatment you do not agree to? Letting your nearest relative know. A copy of this leaflet will be given to the person the Mental Health Act says is your nearest relative. There's a leaflet of people in the Mental Health Act who are treated as your relative. Normally, the person who comes highest is your nearest relative. The person that come give you a leaflet which explains this and what, right? Your nearest relative has connection with you, care and treatment. If you do not want this person to receive a copy of the leaflet, please tell your nurse or another member of staff. Changing your nearest relative. If you do not think this person is suitable to be your nearest relative, you can apply to the county court for someone else to be treated as your nearest relative. Instead, the hospital staff can give you a leaflet that explains this. Your letter. All letters sent to you while you are in hospital will be given to you. You can send a letter to anyone except someone who has said they do not want to get a letter from you. A letter to those people can be stopped by the hospital staff. Code of practice. There is a code of practice that gives advice to the staff in the hospital about the Mental Health Act and treating people for mental disorder. The staff have to consider what the code says when they take decision about your care. You can ask to see a copy of the code if you want. How do I complain? If you want to complain about anything to do with your care and treatment in hospital, please speak to a member of staff. They may be able to sort the matter out. They can also give you details of the hospital complaint procedure, which you can use to try to sort out your complaint through what is called local resolution. They can also tell you about any other people who can help you make a complaint. If you do not feel that the hospital complaint procedure can help you, you can complain to an independent commission. The commission monitor how the Mental Health Act is used to make sure it is used correctly and that patients are cared for properly while they are in hospital. The hospital staff can give you a leaflet explaining how to contact the commission. Further help and information. If there is anything you do not understand about your care and treatment, a member of staff will try to help you. Please ask a member of staff to explain if there is anything in this leaflet you do not understand, or if you have other questions that this leaflet has not answered. Please ask if you would like another copy of this leaflet for someone else.